for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They start out 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Offense in a hurry up here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On play action now, McCarthy. Look at that power, deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. 35 on the pickup. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
From the red zone on first. Catch is made in close. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars parlay the interception into points. Going after it from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Jaguars drive their lead to 11. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd down run by Gibbs. And he won't get back to the line, Brock. They needed one, but they're going to lose one on that play. It's 4th down.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
The defense seizing the opportunity. Great stop. They've got a turnover on downs, and they get their guys the ball in plus territory.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
2nd down now. They need 7. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Third and long, they're going to throw. On the move, headed right. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Throwing again now, McCarthy. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That is our 2-minute warning. 1:56 left to go before we take a break. It's the Jags in front here at Everbank. Offense is set. First and 10. From the red zone now. Pulled in by his back. Cook. And he drives this forward to the 6.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Jaguars boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a James Cook touchdown. Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the Jaguars push their lead to 18. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up first and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. And he stops quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got second and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. It lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's second and 8. Back to throw. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. Try and get it into Emeka Egbuka. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
Geez, with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Short pass brought in. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be fourth down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. First down from the 42. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connected. It's incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Second down, McCarthy to pass. Fits it through the middle. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
You know, one of the beauties of the game of football is it never sits still. It's constantly adapting. And that nickel defense right there, critical in taking the ball away. And when you think about nickel defense, you think about Rondé Barber, won the Hall of Fame in the summer of 2023, really revolutionizing the position of the nickel back. That nickel defender and that nickel defense, critical in that takeaway we just saw.
And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. With this kick, we're back underway. A spot in the divisional round on the line. Marvin Mims now to return it. He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return. Well, I wonder, Brock, who's got a birthday over on that sideline, because they got a gift to begin this second half. Their offense getting an immediate chance to do something about this deficit.
And that gift delivered by the special teams, right? Everybody talks about the offensive, defensive adjustments, but the last voice is that special teams going, set the tone, and boy, did they ever to begin the second half.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll work against the blitz. Couldn't find a completion on first down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face second down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these, really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Number 24 once again. It's 2nd and 10. Pass play now. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jelani Tavai picks it off.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Cook trying this one up the gut. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, McCarthy. To the left side, reeled in by Wilson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, McCarthy. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Dolphins will be set up great after a terrific return down inside the 15.
You know what? With yet another interception, you know what it might be time to do, Kate? Just run it. Run it.
Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins make it an 11-point ball game. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Ali to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. And he gets up for a gain of about 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
34-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
McCarthy to throw it. Looking slant route, complete. This gets forward a little, not a ton, to the 35. Play made by Deron Payne.
You could do a lot worse than a quick little shuffle give sometimes. I like that play. That shuffle pass just keeps a defense honest, keeps them guessing a little bit. Normally goes for positive yardage, and sometimes you're even able to surprise that defense entirely.
Complete beyond the marker. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Moving right, airs it out down. He's got it inside the 25. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
He finds him 6 yards on that 1st down run.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient. He was explosive. Got a nice little gain on the ground.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Off play action. It's McCarthy. And the Dolphins are going to get to him. He is dropped. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Here we go, sack. Hawk 70. Warrior 70.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throws caught. It's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Flushed out of the pocket. And this is going to be a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars lengthen the lead at the end of the third. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Jaguars push their lead to 18.
Dolphins 10. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So first down from the 41. Gibbs now from the gun. He's got room to roll. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
And the Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Working on first down. Escapes the pocket. No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. He's dropping back to throw. He's got Emeka Egbuka. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's going to be first down Miami. Working quickly here.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
First and 10, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he will take this across. Touchdown Miami. The Dolphins shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
The Dolphins are lining up for
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he can't bring it in. They don't get the 2 points. Trying to chip away at that lead, but just not able to figure it out there to take another 2 points off.
Yeah, every one of these calls at this juncture of the game tells a story, and right now that story being told is this crew is feeling the pressure trying to chip away at those points. Maybe a little over-aggressive because now they're still down big.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
at their own 28-yard line.
This, our last play of the quarter. Now a give to Cook, running left. And they're able to haul him down, and that's going to wrap up this third quarter. 1 quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. The Jaguars have the ball and the lead. Only 1 quarter from advancing in the postseason.
Ready.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
Hawk 70. Ready.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Completed to his running back. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep them short of the sticks.
McCarthy throwing on third down. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll run it with Cook. Some good running here as he gets him 7 on that first down carry.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Oh, movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Following the false start, here comes 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
They'll run here following the penalty. Oh, and it's a punishing hit to end that play, but hey, still a win for this offense. They've got 1st and goal now from the 2.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Play action, McCarthy. It's complete. Sanders got it outright. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars have likely locked up the win right there.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Going after it from Pinheiro is up and good. And the Jaguars go up by 19.
Dolphins 16.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, it kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd.
Lord, how I gave my parents fits. Tried so hard to raise me right, but I was born to run the night. Daddy took me home when I was a kid. Wouldn't believe what the hell I did. He said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin, you better run. Last time he poked fun at me, got my with a tree. Blue lights lit up my brown eyes. I just tried to play cool. Cop said, boy, you're just a fool. Cuffed and stuffed me in the trunk. Next time I won't get so. Why, son of a gun, pay for couch, tried to figure out what love's about. Mom came busting through that door. What? No more. Kick that girl out in the street. Next time I'll be more discreet. Wild son of a gun, paid for all I've done. With